Well, hello, and good evening, people. It's that time of night again. It's time to start yet another Diihaa stream. Tonight we are playing more Ace Attorney. Destinies. To be precise. Oh, that's not the right scene. Any day now. Okay, cool. How have you been? I'm talking to no one right now. But, hey, any VOD watchers? How you doing? I see you. I appreciate you. Keep on doing whatever it is you do. I believe in you. Alright, anyway. Last time we left off in the middle of a trial. I don't know why that came out so slowly. I had to think for a second. Yeah, we're trying to defend our boy. Okay, we can't see profiles here. Rocket Man, I forget what his name is. It's been a while. Anyway, we have Mr. Fulbright here. I hate him. Anyway. He's just so forgettable. He's such a goon. You know, he's not charming at all. Gumshoe was charming. He was dumb and charming. Oh shit, you were here this whole time? Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea. My viewer count was like it only said one person, and I'm pretty sure that's like it counts yourself as one person. So I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Been a while. Alright, let's see. Okay. It's been like a whole week, so I need to get refreshed. Okay. I'll just read the testimony. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom, boom. One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launch Pad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. Yeah, classic capitalism. You hate to see it. I'm glad you've been able to find some time for yourself, though, given that you're here. 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. After the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. Alright, let's run it back.
Hold it!
Right. Also, I'm injured for some reason. How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, honestly, I kind of agree. The last case was pretty damn forgettable. I don't know. But, I mean, so far I've only done what? First one, then there's that one Tenmataro case. Third case was kind of lame. Because the pacing was so slow. And now I'm on this one. I don't know, the first one was cool just because you got to see Punished Apollo for the first time, I guess. Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation. Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright? Ha 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 ha, I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. Nobody cares. I'll be there, wherever and whenever people need my help. I'll go to the other side of the world, or even the edge of the universe. Fulbright, he's like... I don't know, I see a lot of characters like him. He's a type, an archetype. I'm not so sure he knows how far that actually is. I guess I'll leave that one alone. Well, the decision justice, don't know. Huh? What do you decide? How's Eyeless Polly? Hey, he's got one eye. Alright. Give him some credit here. You should give him a false eye with an AI assistant embedded into it. That'd be cool. Maybe the AI assistant could be a hot girl in his mind. How about that? Huh? What do you decide? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators. The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators on the third floor lounge. What's your what's up? Fire. Swarm Dragon, that is a mouthful. Fire. Just fire. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. And how did the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. You're alright? You think? Well, I hope you're alright. Basement shelter. Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? Interesting. Do I have a map? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. Do I have a... Okay, I do. Alright, so far, we have this. We have the knife, and we just have the bombing report. So, boom on the second floor. And then they went to the lounge, right? That's where the murder took place? Okay, 2 explosions. Middle level and 2F. The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter. Evacuation report. The bombs went off despite tight security. Police officers and riot police who had been standing by gave the evacuation instructions. Power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. At this point? I guess I'll leave that aside for now. So, there were 2 explosions in total, correct? Yep, that's right. Second floor of the Space Center's main building, and 1 in Launch Pad 1. Hold it! Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck. That's quite the... You're very close to provoking legal action there with that name. Victor Rocket. He was going to board with explosives. Right, he's also charged with the bombing. Huh? What are you talking about? The defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket. He'd get caught in the explosion as well. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Right. The motive. Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. What the fuck? Really? No, that can't be true. Astrophobia? What's that? A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. That's absurd. Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. Drugs? What are they? These are anti-anxiety tablets we found among the defendant's possessions. Ah, anxiogenics. Or anxiolytics. Wrong word there. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck wrote 7 years ago. I'll give Blackwell this. He's like one of 2 memorable characters in this game. New characters, that is. I mean, there's just Athena and Blackwell, that's about it, right? Rumor has it, it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very dramatic for Mr. Starbuck. Objection! That doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship. Silence. Yeah, that seems a bit far-fetched. The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name now, could he? No, not after the media had branded him Soul Starbuck. Space pioneer extraordinaire. Oh right, the pain of this game. How could I forget? Gasp in pain. That name was incredible, but the fact that I forgot about him probably says something. Probably. I don't know. Why is his hair so different here? Now Starbuck has, like, penis hair or whatever. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he's resorted to the bombing? Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal. Okay, only 2 astronauts were in the launch pad 1. That's right. Are you sure it was only the 2 of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2. Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket. Silence. Nobody else? The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device? Sounds as futuristic and complex as the Space Center. I don't know, nowadays they're pretty commonplace. I mean, they're on people's phones. I mean, to be fair, that feature also just got removed from a lot of phones. Because people were obsessed with having full screen phones. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. That is very different from what I had in mind. And there's a record of the number of people that passed through the door yesterday? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Who Cosmos? Okay, Yuri Cosmos. Play Terran. Solomon Starbuck. Very, very spacey names. And doesn't that mean it's impossible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28. Doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. I don't know. If I'm gonna metagame this here, he's a named character. We don't have his profile yet, so it's pretty sus. He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. Launchpad 1 door lock.
Hold it!
So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. Wait, so Starbuck just carried the limp body all the way here? I don't know about that. What is the thing in the corner? Like a container looking thing. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct? You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Is there any chance Mr. Tarrant could have been killed before he boarded the rocket? They were both alive and well at the boarding time, and embarked under their full power. Under their own power. That's not the right word. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. Then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. One of the two was found stabbed to death. And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. Two people? The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. Wait, Candace Arm? Is she... Oh, wait, she was from the first case, no? Wait, I think she was the victim from the first case, if I'm remembering correctly. One of them was a detective? Yep, Detective Arms specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge, not the bombing lounge. That's when they discovered the victim, along with the defendant. Two witnesses, huh? I don't think the game has like year wise, like what year it is. Oh, this case? This case takes place before the first case of this game. So, like, right before the bombing, the courtroom bombing. And I think the courtroom bombing actually happens during this case at some point. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me. I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Oh man, I can't make a fool out of Fulbright. Unfortunate. Every time Gumshoe was up on the stand, you humiliate him. Feel bad for the guy. Not for Fulbright, though. Yeah, so she's not dead yet. Yeah, come on, speed this up. Just get her on the stand so that the courtroom can blow up faster. Only the victim and the defendant were killed on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Sawbuck could have committed this crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Justice Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you take a gander at this. What is it? Footage from a security camera. As the two astronauts emerge from the bowels of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Oh, what is that? SO? 50? Ah, interrogator to prove our client's innocence. True, she would probably know something that we don't. She's a detective after all, and probably more competent than Bobby over here. The boarding lounge security camera captured the desperate escape. Okay, but you can't tell which one is which, can you? And it's not like one person is clearly stabbed or not. There's no knife in view. Now, I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering. What you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. What? Okay, but how can you prove that? They've got helmets on. Order, I say. This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting. Oh, I should have known Black Hole would have something like this ready. Not good. Not good, folks. Apollo? How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage? Right, it's on me to disprove it, of course. Guilty until proven innocent in this fucked up world. How could I forget? I've done this enough times already. I should have known. Ah, I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Yeah. Glorious Nippon. Well, I don't know if it's well, technically in this version of the game, it's like Japan America in some like nondescript country that has like traditional Japanese temples and many a traditional American diner. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Terran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship. Silence. Just bros being bros. You know, I'll help a homie out. Perhaps that's what it's like to look to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Ooh, Wright, explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge after all, but what if no one was in the lounge? But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship? That's a horse of a different color. Objection! But you can't deny that there's a possibility that the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out. Silence. Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based in your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive. Okay, just look at the picture. Where's the knife? There is no knife. Like, even if you squint really hard at the shadows, there's no knife sticking out of him. Only the fingerprints of Director Cosmos, Starbuck, and Terran are authorized. Independent security company managed the usage records. Okay, so it can't be manipulated, is what this is saying. Backup power allows it to function even when the power goes out. Attempts to use print recognition are also recorded via security camera. Okay, police officers in Wright Police gave evacuation instructions immediately. There was a power outage and the affected areas remained dark. The security system switched over to emergency power, continued to work. Evacuees moved to the basement shelter. Okay, so power outage doesn't mean this thing is shut down, basically. Interesting. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded perfectly logical to me. Like, yeah. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well, Oh, let's go. Theta coming in clutch. Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup. Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena? It's just... there's something that's been bothering me. If it isn't the defense stalling for time, as always. Hey, stall tactics are tactics, okay? Very well, I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. Yeah, I guess this game kind of does do that, huh? I didn't really notice, but... I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know, for me, in Ace Attorney, it's always been, like... For most cross-examinations, like, you can kind of get the hints as to, like, what they want you to do. I don't know if it's, like, more obvious in this game, though. I haven't really noticed it, because, like, for me, it's either there or it's not. Like, either the hint is there, and I'm like, okay, they want me to do this, or it's, like... Or I actually have to think, which is rare, I think? I don't know. I have had to think about things before. You have 5 seconds. 5 seconds. What the fuck? Come on, dude. Give me more than that. 5 seconds? After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed, and a verdict to be rendered. Your boldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. This is fucked. Oh. Ready? Okay, like... this guy's just in control, huh? That's like his power or whatever. We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena. Only 3 more seconds. Look, I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete. Okay, by now our seconds are up, and we're doomed, but it's okay. Talking is a free action. Meaning? Meaning there's something missing. There's something missing, like they conveniently left it unexplained. Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about. 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut? Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There is something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. Well, if you put it that way. What is it that the prosecution has failed to explain? Why the body was moved, obviously. They literally explained the motive for murder. Why the body was moved? Because, well, If you think about it, why would you need to evacuate the body of a dead guy from a ship that's already blown up and probably burning? I don't know if there was a fire or not, but you know, those things probably happen when you blow up a spaceship. They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? Oh, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? Yeah, this is true. It would be nice if we could chat to him. Literally, I was surprised that this case just went in raw to the trial. No investigation, no nothing. It's like they thrust you right into it. Apollo lost an eye for some reason. His friend is dead, and now we're avenging him. There's a spaceman. Prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. I'm sure we'll get there eventually, right? Like, there's no way that this case doesn't end. Yeah, there's no way this case ends without the guy on the witness stand, right? What if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? Let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice. The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Ah! Wright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him why. Exactly why Space Boy moved the victim. Space Boy? I guess that's what he is. Huh? They've got to be joking. It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship. Yeah, you know, just homies. Helping each other out. Sometimes kissing each other goodnight. You know, usual stuff. Normal things. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much, while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. Indeed. I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. You see, yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion. There are 3? Holy shit. What are you talking about? There was no third explosion. Silence. Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. In the lounge, huh? A steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case. We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found at the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. Oh shit, it's the same one. You know, maybe we shouldn't keep that thing in here. What? Right. The body is in there, right? Or is it not? Oh shit. I totally forgot about that. That's fucked. What's up, Nivius? One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. It's so fucked. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, for it had not. The victim's body... What? Or had it not? Okay, had it not. The victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated. Objection! Well, Wright's your buddy? I mean... I can see that. To me, he's a buddy in like the kind of way you look at a sad puppy, you know? It's like, wow, that man is trying so hard. You feel bad for him. Blackwell's great though. Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. Better than Emma. Wow, that's a bold statement. It's like he's reading my mind. Yeah, I like my science girl, okay? As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. That's what I'm saying, Nivius. I wish I could see her again. Felt snackoos at poor Polly. I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center director and Detective Arm stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is. In his pocket? No! Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Yeah! It is kind of a shame that she didn't like her job. Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth. This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions. Irrefutable, huh? No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it? You believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? It's about damn time. The first 2 cases of apologists. The first one was really good. The one where you threw the other Gavin in the slammer. The second one, I forget which one that was. Oh, is that the noodle one? Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember the salty noodle guy. Yeah, that one was fun, yeah. Phoenix was like, oh yeah, just go check out this place. And then, boom. Murder. got to be a trap. It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game. Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue. Oh, that second case was also the beginning of the fucking Trucy's panty gag. Oh my god. The fucking guy. I forget his name, but the guy who acts like he's a genius. He's like in his cap and gown and stuff. He was in the second one too, right? Like, I remember, like, he was in the park or whatever. Yeah, it's the panty perf, whatever. Who cares about him? I mean, I hated him. Case 3. Which one was that? Case 3. After... Was case 4 the Lamar case? Oh, Gavin's concert one. Okay, yeah, that one. Case 3 was like pretty mid. It was pretty funny seeing Gavin, 3D Gavin though, with the DS graphics. Why do you say that? Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. To really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down. Circus case? Oh, that, like, what was it called? Turnabout Big Top? The one where a bunch of, like, fully grown-ass men were trying to court a 13-year-old or something like that? Yeah. Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Okay, she was 16. Yeah. Same difference. Now let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself. Famed astronaut, Solomon Starbuck. His fucking penis hair. Why did he do it like that? His hair was like okay before in the poster. Now it's like this. Like, yeah, we know it's a star. It's a rocket ship, but look at it. Come on. Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How did this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony? No. No? Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You are being accused of Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to these allegations. Mind if I take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence.
Whoa, dude. Stripping in the middle of the courtroom? It's very bold of you. It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore. unlikable client, culprit you feel bad for. Yeah. I guess it's easy to say, you know, a product of its time, but then again, I don't know. I feel like even still, for the year it came out, it's still creepy as hell. Like even if you consider the time, it's Who's the culprit in that case? It was the acrobat, right? Yeah. You do feel bad for that guy. Oh yeah, his name was literally Acrobat, or whatever. Fly me to the moon. Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there? He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. Yeah. You know it's bad when Mo, the clown, the actual clown, is like the most decent guy in the group. I didn't kill him. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed to the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. What is he doing? What is this animation? It's like giving a lecture. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him. So you certain you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim? Ha ha. Ha ha ha. But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that. Who would wear a suit like that except an astronaut? Why is he still wearing it, though? I will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous, though I suppose in reality never quite lives up to fantasy. Really, they're a lot better in the next one. That's good to hear, I suppose. I guess I'm just a big disappointment. Got mocap too? Damn. Like, the animations in this game like aren't even bad, though. It's just, you know, sometimes they're a bit strange looking. Uh-huh. 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 I really don't care what happens anymore. Uh-huh. Oh no, he's completely given up. Wait, what was that question mark, question mark, question mark? Who? It's not Starbuck. What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates. Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago? Huh? That was Blackwell sighing? Okay, now they're like, who the fuck was that? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. Question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. It's time to find out the truth. Yeah, it's a bit tough that, the one other detective is kind of, stuffed in a box right now. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket.
Hold it!
So, what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at the time. Okay, so I thought the game was gonna go down the angle of, like, the person who is carrying the other person is actually Clay, and the person who is slumped over is actually Starbuck. But here, Starbuck's saying that he actually did carry Clay. He was alive and well. Did I say conduction? Did I say the wrong word? If I did, my bad. Oh, okay.
Silence!
Just being silly. If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well and silenced him permanently with this. What? No. Black hole confirmed. Dead ahead. It's no good, Captain. I'm getting sucked in.
Objection!
What is this? What is this roleplay? Mr. Starbuck, you are not in space. Please give your testimony seriously. I was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Like always, I took the elevator down the middle level and headed for the corridor.
Hold it!
Elevator down. Inside the launch pad area. Okay, so like the little tower-looking structure on the left. That's an elevator. Is it safe to use an elevator right after an explosion? Surely it can't be. There's a ladder right there. I guess it's kind of hard to carry a body while also moving down a ladder. Hey, he's an astronaut. He's strong enough to do it, right? That's right. We always use it to get to and from the cockpit. That makes sense. So he was just using the route he always used. In spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion? Huh? Oh, Trucy's dad. Trucy's dad fucking went... He deleted himself. It's like, sorry, Trucy, I'm out. What a piece of shit. I think Mr. Starbuck is hiding something. Something pretty big. Clan passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate.
Hold it!
Went no contact with his daughter and left him with his lawyer that he didn't even trust to get him a not guilty verdict, even though he was innocent. Yeah, that is some insane behavior. I really feel bad for Trucy. Absolute father of the year, indeed. Phoenix really is the GOAT. GOAT dad. Passed out. Why was he passed out? Yeah, he's pretty good. They should make a game series about him. Probably because of the explosion. Noise and vibration were incredible. Incredible vibrations. Sheesh. Pause. It's a little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess. Not that I'd know. I've been hit by space debris. The main engine's on fire. It's gonna blow. The whole screen whites out. Holy shit, he's dead. Yes, I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Let me just look through that again. Passed out. Alright, just the explosion. Let me see. Anyway. What is this, like, NASA knockoff? GYAXA? GAXA. Yeah, it sounds enough like NASA, I guess. It's GAXA, baby. Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. But everyone's glaring at me like I did it. Apollo, you have to reassure him better than that. How am I supposed to do that? Try to imagine how he's feeling. Use that to imagine how to boost his confidence. So I have to boost his confidence here. Mr. Starbuck, think about what Clay used to always say. It's times like these when he would repeat, "I'm fine," to himself. Wait. He says I'm fine too? I thought that was an Apollo thing. I'm fine? Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout, Clay will still be dead. What's the use? Oh god, it's spreading. Somebody please reassure me now. Apollo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. Just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case. Well, it doesn't look like he's lying, at least. He's not lying, but there's a contradiction. Okay. I wasn't, like, fully paying attention, right? Like, this part seems the most suspicious to me, because I was, like, I pointed out that there's an explosion, but why would he... Yeah, it's right here. You can see the explosion blast radius. It's right smack dab next to the elevator. But he's also not lying, which is interesting.
Objection!
Yeah, Apollo's story is crazy. Like what? If I remember correctly, he has a power passed down a line of magicians, which is basically very good eyesight. Or something like that. Right? He's the half-brother, question mark, of Trucy Wright? Son of Lemoire? AKA... Also Trucy's mom. Right, Thalassa. That was her name. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Lemoire and some guy. Was I not being accurate? No, it's because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. Grew up with his pal who wanted to be an astronaut. Astronaut, you say? What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall, after that explosion, middle... Oh, okay. I thought you meant the guy grew up with his pal. Okay. No. Well, if you really think about it, we're all dying slowly, so welcome to the club. Nothing to worry about. It's normal. Also recall that after the explosion, the metal level elevator was engulfed in flames. Oh, you're right, which means... Exactly. The launch pad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. But... Put on the helmet. Oh, what's with the helmet? Mission Command! Mission Command! Do you read me? Come in, please!
Objection!
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. The helmet got fucking deleted. Okay, wow. Holy shit, he's dying. Oh, my oxygen tank. Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining. Requesting medical assistance. Yeah. We mind broke him already? This is his first cross-examination. Well, he clearly is not the victim. I mean, look how quickly he folded. Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Please stop pretending that you have lost consciousness. I'm slowly dying too. Please stop pretending you have lost consciousness and stand back up. Fades into existence. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut. Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement about how you used the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually took a different route, I think. What do you mean you think? A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean probably. Probably? Probably. Is he suffering from memory loss? It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, your accuracy is paramount in court. I feel like that's what we're getting towards, right? He's very unsure of himself, but during his testimony, he was also very sure of himself, or he seemed sure of himself. Like, he could be misremembering things, or he's just, like, guessing what happened because he lost his memory. I mean, an explosion will do that to you, right? He was basically, like, right there where the explosion happened. My escape route. Let's see. My escape route? What I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route. Probably, With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down to from the upper level. Oh god, if he does have memory loss, then that means everything he said before is like not reliable. So that means it's still possible that in this photo, Clay is the one standing upright and Starbuck is the one slumped. I think I think I'm onto something here. I think I think I've cooked something up. Have I been cooking, or is this all just mind, all just pointless? Who knows? Let him cook. Thank you. All right, guys. So hear me out here. Real culprit? I have no idea who the fuck the real culprit is. I mean, it could be the director, right? He's a named character who we haven't seen yet. Candace Arm. I forget, why was she even killed in the first place? She knew something? Hey, Carnage, do you know Candace? Candace Arm. Who knows what this arm can do? Can go in all sorts of places. Pause. So you're saying, you escaped without using the elevator? Well, I mean, okay. Now I'm thinking about it. The culprit is probably. Okay, I was about to say Tetonate, but I'm reading this right now. So Tetonate, okay, yeah. The bomb guy wanted to keep the very unique bomb recovered for this case, but Candace noted. Okay. I see. So she wasn't killed for, like, knowing things or anything. That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Okay, so I guess based off of that, I don't think Ted could be the culprit of this one either. I mean, Ted was just like, what? He was I think, guard? Security guard? I don't know if he was like, uh, part of part of a bomb squad. Okay, he is a bomb diffuser. I thought, for some reason, I thought he was just like a normal guard, and that bomb diffusing was his hobby. But no, I got that very wrong. I thought that he just liked working with bombs for fun or something. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. And the capsule you mentioned, I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Tarrant here. Okay, are their suits identical? I'm gonna look at this again. Okay, they are. They do seem to be identical. I don't have to play spot the difference here. Because there is no difference. Although you can clearly see a 50 on the person's arm, but you can't see Clay's whatever numbers being displayed in the photo. That could be significant. Was the capsule that important to you that you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is writing on your testimony. Maybe I am guilty after all. Okay, he's definitely suffering from memory loss. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. Bet it's more comfortable than a spaceship.
Hold it!
How could you make a mistake? How could you mistake such a basic fact? Excuse me. Hey, everybody makes mistakes, but try my thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel to our nearest neighboring star. You see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant. Sure. I wish you'd consider it just a little more significant than 0. Enough jabbering. Get on with your testimony. Ugh. Yeah. It's the latter. Maybe. Probably. Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? I didn't say either of those things. Mission Control, come in, please. An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. No! No! The tin can telephones are affecting the vacuum space!
Silence!
What a goof. Stop this nonsense or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. No, not the tin can telephone. Alright, I'm begging you. I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything. Apollo, is he going to be alright? I'm starting to think he's not. Let's see. So about when we were running away.
Hold it!
The upper level of the launch pad area. That's right, that's what I said, isn't it? Yeah, the ladder does go from the upper to middle level. Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand. You do have a point there, Fire. Where is Edgeworth? Like, he is still working, right? He's not on his soul-searching mission anymore. Miles Edgeworth Investigations is already concluded at this point, probably. Edgeworth just doesn't want to spend time with me, I guess. Doesn't care. If it's not Phoenix, he won't do it. Edgeworth's like, oh, I will only take a case where I can face off against my one true rival, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder, and capsule in my other hand. I don't think the meaning of what he said just hit him yet. Okay. Over one shoulder, and one in his hand. The meaning of that. Can you go down a ladder like that? Could you put a body over your shoulder, capsule in your hand? You'd still have one hand free though, right? You can go down a ladder with one hand and 2 feet. Unless the angle they're going for is he'd have one hand over his shoulder, trying to keep the body on. One hand on the capsule, meaning he'd have no hands free. Which is probably what they're doing here. You know what you have to do with that statement, Justice Dono. Okay, now I see your point here, Fire. This is pretty on the nose here, huh? Yes, I know. Well, I've come this far. Returning back now. It's time to present some evidence. So, Mr. Starbuck escaped with the clay in the capsule, which means... It's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though. He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself. Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of that capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances. Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. But going down a ladder, though... Do I present this, right?
Objection!
There we go. Same year as Ace Attorney 3. Oh, I see. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue. No, that's not right. I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. The oxygen concentration is super low in this area. Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks. Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw the truth out from him. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. Boom.
Take that!
To get down from the upper level to the middle level where the launch pad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck? Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
How would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Oh, well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth. Yes, that makes perfect sense. His brain's on the moon right now. But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other, is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck? How exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth. Now. Ah! Engineer! Where's that engineer? Oh, there he goes. Holy shit, he flew. What the? He's flying the co-op. Coop? He's flying the coop, not co-op. Help, I'm caught on the ceiling. Help? Anyone? Hey, Liv, prepare the cherry picker. We shall launch our rescue mission at once. Shit, we're gonna bring him down with a cherry picker? A cherry picker. That one, yeah, that one belongs in the Judge Hall of Fame. Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned. I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real. Oh, he's back. Fucking box. It's still here. You telling me that box is sealed tight enough to keep the smell of a dead body out? I guess it is designed for containing bombs, so you know what? I take that statement back. That makes perfect sense. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground? Yes, I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Not that, anything but that. What is going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. Hold on, I need to get a tissue real quick. We're back. It appears Space Boy is prone to deception. Witness. Yikes. Yes. I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Ah, here we go. Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't talk about that. Oh shit, do your anxiety drugs cause memory loss? What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? Didn't I already state that Space Boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before the launch. Well, you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh, I sense things are about to nosedive. You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, so I don't remember much about what really happened. What? Order. Order in the court. Can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing. Yes. Why didn't you just tell me he couldn't remember? I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space. Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. It does? So what is it? You could just throw it down. It's dead. Who cares? The dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder. Oh my. I see. And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand.
Objection!
Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectful thing? I feel like if you dropped a body down, it would be found on the body. Like, the autopsy would show signs of being dropped. Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself. True. So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks. Ah! Huh? What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured. I'm sure you can't figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. Yeah, for they fracture easily when struck.
Objection!
Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its mark on the body. Yet, according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning.
Silence.
The silence line goes hard. A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, just justice, Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer. Really.
Objection!
And shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should, and yet, through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the structure and found its way to its target. On the way to its target. What are the chances? You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with the knowledge of how the suits work. Yeah, it's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped the body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran. Yeah. Here, the report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx. Ouch, the edge. Hey, this report is pretty detailed. It is, huh? Defendants had 80%. Interesting. Let's see. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows how much oxygen remains. So I guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen remaining. Oh shit. That says 50. And Starbucks is 80%. There we go. That's your proof. Finally we've gotten to this point. I need another tissue. Excuse me. Alright. I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space. I don't know. Maybe staying on Earth is better for you. Space boy. Yes. Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars. You mean stars are seen from prison? That's right. Your soul will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. That's not a half bad thought. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell got to him good. Oh, he's ready to go to jail, guys. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair into the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together. Yippee!
Objection!
The client is not okay. Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh, yes, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. Paul and Clay look really similar. They almost have the exact same face. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran. Clay. You're wasting your breath. Oh, here we go. Here's the confident guy. Thumbs up and everything. Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck, I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul. I'm on fire. I do not want to yell. Genuinely yell, that is. I'm Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. This is no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Balderdash. Still British. Son, okay, this angle is not very flattering though. Maybe keep your head a little tilted forward. Let's see up his nose. All of space is calling to me. Solomon Soul Starbuck. Ready for launch? Begin the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. What is he doing? Holy shit, is he gonna fly? Whoa. I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch. Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck. I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. Horny-ass game. You can say that again. If you simpletons are done massaging one another's egos, no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? Yeah, can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space. Okay, can I just like... Hey, guys, check out this. Check out this. You see what I'm getting at here? And then boom. Aw. I can't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. Okay, but... I wish I could have seen Clay in Apollo's relationship, because I had no idea Apollo had an astronaut friend until now. Literally, they like throw you into this case. Apollo's like, yeah, I gotta avenge my friend. I'm like, who? What friend? Main character looking ass victim. I want to see their bond, you know? Come on. Got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think. I feel like for a solution this obvious, they're really building this up. Clay does seem like a cool guy. Only the people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. If the only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, and the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. Okay, Apollo, you're getting there, In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Now, let's see. About this data that we just received. Supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use here. Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. How about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now? It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had an 80% reading while Mr. Terran's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. And I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor. Right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank reports to. Okay. Here we go. Now does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here. Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased? Nod, yes. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there is a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence.
I find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it was the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining should increase, just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence.
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle, the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as a mere equipment malfunction. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot prove an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. Oh shit, it's all or nothing. So, do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. Oh my god, can we just get to the question already? Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he seems to have carried Clay. So this man with 50% on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. No, wrong, bad, Apollo, bad, Polly. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown an 80. I can read. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? You are... Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? Mr. Justice? As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Tarrant, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Tarrant at all. It was Mr. Tarrant who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. Oh, it was what? Order! Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Tarrant? It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%. That's right, there's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. This means Mr. Tarrant was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence.
How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed, even if the victim was alive at this point in time? How did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Ooh, fancy objection. Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Excuse me? It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating, but we have proven that Mr. Tarrant was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. Excuse me. This fact alone shadows your claims. It opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Ah! The two people who claim to be the first on the scene. One of them is dead. Can we truly trust their statements? Let's see, the two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police? Yes, it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. Why did I say it like that? We might have to do a little more digging. It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people in the scene. Score. Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Luckily for you, she is. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Hold it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's him. I forgot what voice I gave him. I have an announcement, everyone. What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but... It's about to explode. Explode. Oh shit. Bomb threat. Bomb. Now? Everybody run.
Eek! I don't want to die!
Oh no. Everybody's panicking.
Silence.
Oh, this song is new. Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves above all else. Come on, Apollo. Let's get out of here. What about Mr. Starbuck's dream? Don't carry out Clay's final wish. Look, the trial can resume. You just gotta... What do you mean, Apollo? You gotta live first. I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever. Holy shit, Apollo. You are so dumb. Apollo... Okay. Unless the system is truly that fucked. If the courtroom gets blown up in the middle of a trial, I don't think that means the trial automatically ends. It's like, oh, sorry, the courtroom blew up. I guess that means the defendant is guilty. I refuse to let things end here. Yeah, he's double-blinded. Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch, let me go. Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet? Juniper, are you alright? Oh, no, not that way. Ah! And thus, Apollo became punished. To be continued. Wow, what a perfect time to end this. It's like basically midnight on the dot right now. 12:01. Not on the dot, but close enough. I think I'll probably end the stream here. Seems as good a place as any to end. I'll watch whatever this is. Oh shit. Phoenix. It's our boy. Okay. No music? This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Okay. I'll just... It's fine. I'll stop here. Gotta pace myself. Gotta control myself. Next time we'll play as Phoenix. I'm hyped. It's been a while. The last time we played as Phoenix was the first case, actually, which is insane to me. It was like what? It was Phoenix, then Apollo, then Athena, then Apollo. Now we're back to Nick again. Hell yeah. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching, guys. It was a good stream today. Oh, true, we're in the present now. Finally. It's about damn time. Yeah, we made some good progress. Well, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thanks for watching. I will be back on Sunday. What will I be streaming on Sunday? I kind of want to stream Pokemon Violet again. I beat the game already, yes, but there's like a tiny bit of post-game left. Beating all the gym leaders, doing that tournament thing. Seems like a fun little one-off stream. Then after that, everything goes to plan, the next Ace Attorney stream will be next week, also on Thursday, because on Wednesday it's going to be more Persona 5. So yeah, look forward to all of that. Thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and be well. I'll see you all very soon. Night, Niveus. I want to see if I can raid people. I mean, I can raid people. I don't know who. Hmm. It's fine. Yeah, I need to find people that actually stream late. Okay. Have a good night, everyone.